What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Effing Terrible podcast. I'm Effing Terrible. Today, our guy's back. We got Colin Cromie. He's in your head and he's on the podcast. Welcome back, Cromie.
Hey guys.
Um, it is good to see you. I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever brought up this before, but from the times you have been on the show, the paintings in your background are epic.
Yeah,
Where did they come from? Where did that come from?
so they're not even ours. We moved into the house and we got all these monkey paintings. We call it the monkey room. It's my favorite thing. There's three of them
Oh,
here.
there's more.
Yeah, and then
That's
there's
awesome.
one there, and then there's one in the corner.
Oh my god, dude!
So
They're so cool looking.
yeah, we just moved in with them, and that was one of the selling points of the house.
For sure. If you tell me you got a monkey room, I'm in. So now when you guys leave, because I know you guys are talking about moving, well, they coming with or they got to stay?
No, they have to stay. They're not ours. We
Oh,
just
that's bullshit.
yeah, we only get to hang out with them for a little bit.
Oh man. Real quick before we get into anything, the one major thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is the Stanley Cup playoffs. I wanted to talk a little bit about the unbelievable season that you had and then the ending of it. So for those people who obviously follow the social media, my wife and I went to Wales to hang out with Crow and some of the guys, and then watch their last home and away games. And then when they made it to the championship game, I flew back again solo, and we came up just a little bit short. Um, I guess you tell me what you felt about that last game.
Overall, I mean, didn't know what to expect, because when you bought tickets for the championship in Sheffield, you could go to all of the games out there in the different divisions. So you had fans coming in from other teams, and I really didn't know what to expect. But the atmosphere in Sheffield, the rink was pretty packed for the most part, and it was a really cool atmosphere. Our Dragons fans were great and loud as always, and yeah, I was warm ups. I was fired up to play in it, so it was exciting from the start.
Yeah, it was in the stands was crazy to me because you have and obviously as we continue on with the podcast and our continued sponsorship of the D Side Dragons, which we're proud to announce, not only are we sponsoring you again next year, but we are also sponsoring your captain Jared, and we are moving our location from lower right buck cheek to the tramp stamp location. So you will hear more from us on the D Side Dragons. So you're going to get very privy to everything that goes on there. But the one thing you may not know is nobody likes Blackburn.
Yeah, anyone listen? Yeah, I guess not. um,
Colin's not saying that. Let me rephrase this. Colin's not saying that. There were signs, flags on the wall. Anyone but them. That was all they wanted. Anyone but Blackburn. Like what? There was a Billingham, right? Billingham guys were there being like anybody but those guys. And they all of a sudden all became D side fans.
yeah, so I got to meet a bunch of other fans, which was cool. Talk to the Billingham ones. I guess that there's a long rivalry with Blackburn and Billingham, so um, that didn't surprise me seeing those flags and whatnot.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it, but they were on board for D side winning the whole thing at that point. But that being said, and you were on the ice. I know that there's a heated rivalry between D side and Blackburn, but as much as it was a tight fought game, there was no dirtiness. There was no. I mean, it seemed like just a hard battled hockey game.
Yeah, no, it was there was respect on both sides. I think everyone was watching their motions. Nobody wanted to go to the penalty box and get scored on in the power play. So yeah, it was just there really wasn't any chirping or anything. So it was just both teams that just wanted to win. So everyone just put their head down and tried to put the puck in the net.
And unfortunately, and again, now we've talked about this, privately. and you don't put it on that. There was a very, let's call it questionable goal, that put them in the lead, put Blackburn in the lead to win the game. Um, After that, you guys had opportunities, plenty of time left in the game. But I have to ask you, have you seen the video of that goal since the game?
Yeah, I did watch it. I don't know. In all honesty, it kind of seemed like a goal to me from the video.
I'm going to tell you, it was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Um, it, it, it's one of those things where when you look at it after the fact, and if I'm watching it in slow mo and I'm dragging my finger back and forth, watching it back and forth, just like in the slow zoom, and I'm not positive, like they made a call, But again, what we talked about, and I think Mike mentioned, the coach mentioned, you guys had a 5-on-3 and weren't able to score. Like, and he said, I think it was him that said that if you have a 5-on-3 and don't score, then you can't cry about losing. And I
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
so
Joe Quinville actually had a quote that I have always remembered since I was a kid. If you don't score in the 5-on-3, you don't deserve to win the hockey game. So that's a quote that stuck with me for a while. And yeah, we had power play chances. Our power play was good the first bit of playoffs, and we couldn't find it against Blackburn. So it's just more things to work on for next season.
And I mean, again, I don't know if we don't think we've ever talked about this, but do you subscribe to the hockey gods and puck luck and all of that, or do you not even pay attention to that?
Uh, no, I mean I definitely don't subscribe to it. Sometimes I mean puck luck's definitely a thing. Like you see, like there's so many bounces. Quinn Hughes just had a goal in the series where he just shot it off somebody's skate and it went in
Yeah,
like
and they make
perfectly.
it makes it look like he did it on purpose,
Yeah, so
but
like
there's no way.
there's
You can't.
definitely there's definitely some puck luck sometimes. It's just like anything or any sports, like sometimes it just doesn't go your way. That's the good things about sports. Sometimes things are amazing and unexpected miracles happen, and sometimes you can't buy one. So it's just the way it goes.
Yeah. And it seemed like that game, like you guys had it seemed like a lot of pucks that just didn't seem to roll the right way. But um, now the exciting part is, which we can talk about now after my first trip, you're back next year. Jake's back next year. You guys are pretty much returning the whole crew to run it back. So a whole nother year under your belt. Like, how exciting is that to be able to go? We came up just this short, but now we're gonna have a whole nother year under our belt together.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Now we have the chemistry. Everyone knows each other. We know what we need to work on. The locker room's great. Everyone's close. Big family, and yeah, I'm excited. The sky's the limit for next season. I think we have a lot of expectations, but definitely some pressure. But I like to say pressure's a privilege, so you got to roll with it and just have fun. It's going to be hard work, but make sure you're having fun. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
I don't think you guys will have any problem having fun. Um, but that being said, like I think one of my favorite things, and I've talked about it on our podcast, on the Puck and Dragon podcast, which is if you haven't checked out Puck and Dragon, you got to go check out the Puck and Dragon podcast. Love those guys. Um, you guys are doing it the right way. There's so much passion, and like when you guys, I've overheard you guys talking about making additions, making subtractions, doing this, doing that. The underlying question is always, is it the right fit? Are they the right person for us? Are they the right locker room guy for us? It's not all based on, just skill or a game or, like how do they play? Like it's like, are they the right fit for us as a team, as an organization, as a family, really? And it's very nice to hear that because it's just so clear how much you guys love it and being around you. Yes, as I finish up this and let Colin say something about it, if you have the opportunity to fly to Wales next year and you are going to go there and check out a game, make sure you let us know so we can set you up with the guys. Go out there and see what this is about. It's fucking nuts. It's amazing. and you saw it. I know when we were going to go there next. That game ended, and I was full ugly crying. Like, no fucking shame, standing in the fucking bleachers, crying my eyes out like I couldn't believe it. Like, it just felt wrong. I'm like, they didn't lose. Like, our guys don't lose. Like, these are our guys. Like, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart inside. So
Yeah, that yeah, you came down and I was trying to clear my own head from the loss and you came down crying. I was like, oh, I love this passion, but like, I need 10 minutes here.
it was a lot. Like the video, I mean, the beginning of the game when I again, if you haven't seen it, look at our social media and watch me be a blubbering baby. Bebs came up and got me and asked me to do the lineup in the beginning. I was so out of sorts because I didn't see that coming. That's your guys' space. That's your guys' area. I never and really thought that would be something that they came and got me for. And when I got in there, super fucking emotional there. And like, yeah, you read the start. I'm like, no, I read everybody. Like I couldn't talk. I'm half crying. I'm half in the bag. I'm half crying. It was an absolute fucking whirlwind. And man, I now I feel like I'm just going on a tangent about how fucking much how great it was. But I just I can't. Well, this is the problem talking about the Dragons on a podcast because I'll just go on a rant about how fucking great it is. So like, but as far as you looking at it now that you've announced that you're staying for a year, what's the off season? What's the prep? What's the next 90 days look like for you?
So after every season, I tell the kids this too. It's important to take a little break. Do something else. Go have some fun. So I won't. Season ended. I won't open my bag again until June, and then once June starts, I skate with this. I've been skating with these guys. It's called BTE hockey. It's in Gurnee out of the mall. Been skating there every summer since I was 18. Great coaching staff. They every level. So we got junior, college, and pro guys. They do at 6:45 in the morning before their work day. So they get us in because everyone works. So we're there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, skating in the morning, and then they get the rest of the day with the rest of the age groups of kids. So I do summer training. So I'm on the ice at least 2 to 3 times a week, and then in the gym. But that April and May, take some time off, enjoy yourself a bit, and so when you come back for skating, you're just hungry and ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we do even with our little guy. We take all of June off. He's gone. It's done. Let's go play something else. Let's go goof around. So now, obviously, everybody knows that you're in your head, but there's more to you too. There's a lot going on. So for now, most of I mean, obviously the D-side Dragons fans. Also, by the way, as I'm going in 3 million different directions, we need to talk about your event coming up in a few weeks at the Bridge Inn. They're going to see some Cromedy.
Yeah, that's super exciting, honestly, to do a show in the UK and to have them already almost sold out when they put the tickets on sale on Saturday is really cool. I'm definitely getting out of my comfort zone a bit doing it because the most I've done is 12 minutes on stage, and I'm doing 25 to 30.
Oh
So
yeah,
so it's I've already wrote up the set. I've already started to get it down, but I thought it was just a good way to push myself. It's just like anything. It's when the opportunity came to me, I was like, all right, this happened for a reason. I gotta roll with it here and figure out my 25 to 30 minutes.
I know it's going to be good. But yeah, if you have not gotten tickets yet, I'll make sure to share all the information on all our socials. Get out to the Bridge Inn. First of all, on top of Colin and Cromedy being epic, the Bridge Inn's just fucking awesome. Love that place. What a great place to do an event. So I love that. But yeah, make sure you go onto our social media on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and we'll be sharing the Bridge Inn's information for the Cromedy special. And you said all proceeds go to the Dragons.
Yes, that's the cool thing. So it's there's a new official D-side supporters group with about 6 fans. I don't want to forget anyone, so I'm not going to name. But it's 6 fans. They announced it at presentation night, and they're putting it together. They've done a great job so far. They're winging it, not winging it, but this is something that they've never done a comedy show. So, and then they got like quiz nights planned to raise money. So they got a bunch of fun stuff planned. Just getting the Dragon's name out and about.
They are, and we were very fortunate that when we were there, they announced that they were going to be doing this, and they said that the Dragons were going to give that supporters group 500 pound, 500 rips to start for their budget, and we vowed to double that. So, and we've already reached out. We're doing that, and one of the first things that I was sent for. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not.
Oh, I think
Do
I
you know
saw
some
it. I think I
the
saw it. The duck
Donnie's dis
thing.
Donnie's Disco Ducks
Yeah,
is
I
going to
did.
be.
I saw a picture of it. Yeah.
I have never been so excited about seeing a cartoon version of me in a bubble bath with duckies.
So explain, anyone listen, explain what that is, because I didn't know what it was.
I don't know. This is a terrible way to do it, but there's our Disco Ducks, Donnie Disco Ducks.
So, but
Uh,
what does it like entail though? I didn't understand. Are they throwing ducks
it's
in the ice?
yes, it's very similar to Chuck a Puck, from my understanding, and I was flattered that they were like, we're gonna do the Donnie's Disco Ducks. And they're like, "Are you cool with that?" And I go, "I couldn't be any cooler if I tried." Like I'm on a, hey, look at me as a cartoon. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at that. I'm a better looking cartoon than I am in person. Like there's no doubt. It's not even close. But the supporters group is epic. I'm really glad we were able to give a little more money to them because they're going to run with it, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah, the
also
Ducks.
also excited about the comedy show because I have the chance. I've never met these two comedians that I brought on to open, but Ryan Broster on our team introduced me to one of the comedians out here. We've like messaged back and forth. We haven't been able to do anything. So when I texted him if he wanted the spot, um, he said yeah, and then he said, "Can I bring another comedian on?" I was like, honestly, yeah, that'd be great. So they're really excited. Get to meet two more comedians, get a little more into the comedy scene out here, and I don't think the supporters and everyone's like prepared for how inappropriate my jokes can be.
I that's going to be the interesting part. Is I also love that it says 18 and up,
Yeah, it has
and
to be.
yeah, because like I know where it's going. Like I know what you're saying. And now me, I obviously you know me. I'm here for it. But like yeah, because I mean all of the wonderful fans we have met. There's so many under 18s who love you, and they're gonna be like, oh man, like I wish I could go, and you're like, no, you can't go. Like you can't be there to see what I'm about to say.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. When I get nervous when I post a stand up video, I'm like, oh, like I coach a bunch of these kids. I don't want anyone to see it, but it's you gotta post to get out there. I've talked to some parents about it. They're like, you're thinking too much. Just post the video and stand up. And like
Well,
I have
it
a separate page, so like it's not like
yeah.
so it's a different thing.
Yeah. But no, it's funny because like you are so polished when it comes to your hockey interview, and like you're always like, you're doing the right thing. You're so polished, and it comes off so smoothly and clean. But then your comedy also, well, by the way, also it's polished and done really well, but a little dirtier, like a little bit more, like it's funny to see the two different ones.
Yeah, I got a few stories lined up that I don't think anyone's gonna expect me to say. So
Well, now when you get back to the States, because that's our other half, obviously we have our D side fans that follow effing terrible, but also obviously a lot here in the States. So now that they're getting to know you, have you looked into what you're going to be knocking out this summer? Like you have spots you're thinking about this summer here?
no, not I mean like not specifically. I'm gonna be open to go wherever and do whatever. I think the key to comedy and like I'm still like I play hockey most of the time, so like I'm still like learning things in the comedy world and whatnot, and trying to do. as much as I can. So I think with comedy, you just gotta go to as many places as you can and try. The Chicago scene's just so massive with comedy. There's just so much to go from.
Oh, I think we got to figure something out. I think as we before this podcast, we were talking about events. I go,
Yeah,
I think we just figured it out, man. Like, I think we know what we got to do.
effing terrible comedy.
An effing terrible comedy night. Oh,
I'm into that. I'm into that.
maybe at the barn. Maybe at the barn. Maybe that's the move.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe that's the move. I love that because the barn's one of my favorite bars. Or shout out to our guy Chelly, Chris Chelios, who owns that one. I know that guy likes to have a good time. He's a funny one.
yeah,
Maybe we can work it out. That'd be pretty great. So, but yeah, we're stoked about that. I will tell you right now, I will make this promise. We will find you're doing comedy while you're home,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're doing it. So we're
yeah.
doing it. Like, so if you're doing it, we're doing it. So like we're going. So if we're gonna go, we're gonna tell everybody. And if we're gonna go, we might as well bring everybody. So we'll have to figure out all the dates on that. So make sure you stay tuned on that one. But as just transition into you and come back just to something that we did this past weekend. And if you have seen our social media, we were lucky enough to sponsor two different teams at the ACHA showcase. A men's and a women's team went unbelievably well. But throughout that process, we got to meet a bunch of great college coaches and scouts, and it was assisted by your dad, hockey Hall of Famer and my personal favorite actor of all times, Steve Cromie. God, does he hate it when I bring that up?
He hates it.
He hates it. It's so good though. Um, but yeah, I mean, realistically, and I almost have no better way to ask it, but like, what is it? What is it like having your dad as your dad? And like, because he's got the clout rolling around every rink. Like
Yeah,
everybody knows him. There were kids before he even showed up. There were families that were on our team that were like, "Oh yeah, no, we know Cromie. Like, yeah, we know him. We know we've been following you guys, watching Colin's career, but we know them because he speaks to our kids. He comes in and talks to our kids about A, B, and C. Like, for lack of a better way to word it, like, what's it like having a dad like that?
I think it's for me and my brother, it's a good way to grow up because he likes to call it the ambassador of the game. I don't know if we talked about that before that he says that.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
but he's always given back to the game that's given to him. He makes an effort. He doesn't care about the money. He wants to teach these kids. He doesn't want them to get screwed over by a money hungry coach or parents are struggling to pay for a camp. Like you might not need to go. It might be a money grab. So he's taking the time to talk and help whoever he can, whoever reaches out. He's probably never said no. If he can, he'll go and help someone out. He jumps on the benches with all of his ex players now because they're older and they're coaching kids and he loves it. He's I can see him getting back on the bench pretty soon. I don't think he likes being retired. He likes being around the rink. He likes driving in the rink. But yeah, it's good to see because he puts everyone first, and but he doesn't take any shit, so he's fun.
no,
But he walks that line, so kids are scared of him, but they're also like they'll have fun with him, but they know not to piss him off. So
yeah. I mean, it's one of those people that you can screw around with him. You can have fun, but the minute it gets to the point where you're approaching the idea of disrespecting his effort or the game, he's not going to stand for it. It was eye opening. I'll be honest with you. Um, to really get to sit and talk to him. Uh, and I think anyone that's ever met me or listened to this podcast for that matter knows that I have an issue shutting up. Like I talk more than I probably should, but I found points of the weekend where your dad was speaking where I made it a point to shut the fuck up and just take it all in. Uh, I talked to him. I told you I talked to him on the ride home from the showcase for about an hour. Just things, just life, parenting, hockey, trying to grow the sport, trying to do it the right way. And man, fuck, it was awesome. So like I get why you are the way you are. I get why you play the way you play. I get why you respect the game the way you do. Um, Man, it was a pleasure to get to share some beverages and talk to your dad. But yeah, I just really that was really just an opportunity to open the door to Matt to sit and gush about how badass your dad is. So if you haven't gotten that opportunity in the hockey world to meet Steve Cromie, wait about 5 minutes. He'll show up. He's going to be there. If you're doing things the right way, or if you're doing them wrong, he might show up, and then you're fucked. But man, it was awesome. I really would love to figure out a way next time we do this, which will be the next ACHAO showcase, to have you come and sit on the bench and coach a game and talk to some of these kids because you are, and what your dad's doing now, uh, which is why now I remember why I wanted to bring this up, is all of the parents that I talked to was talking about how there's so much confusion about how to get to the next step in hockey. So, like, for you, and you've taken lots of different avenues. Like, where do you see hmm, where do you see the easiest paths to make your way through? Because there is no clear cut way.
There's there's no easy path. You know, the only easy path is going to be like if you're like a Connor Bedard or McDavid and you're just gonna steamroll everyone. But there's no easy path as you get older. Like my junior hockey story is nuts. Like how I went through it. So I think there's no easy path. I think if things were handed to you, they will eventually get hard. And then, you know, the guys that don't push through, they just quit. So I think if you want to play hockey, you just got to keep going.
Well, and I think the one thing that everyone was saying, which I mean, obviously that's life. If you want to be great, you have to push through the hard times. But like your dad had made comments about the guys that need to go certain places and eat shit for a little while.
Yeah,
Like that was the way he worded it. And like, yeah, that's
that's
unfortunately, as I start to sound like that old guy who tells people to get off my lawn. Unfortunately, you're missing out on that nowadays. Is people that are willing to eat shit and start do their time.
yeah.
And
He's not wrong. I ate shit for years in hockey. Probably this is probably the first year I didn't eat shit, to be honest. In my six or oh, I almost said 6, 7
what?
for the kid jokes. Yeah. Since when I was 18 in juniors, I didn't, but then 19, 20, ate shit through university, through college, ate shit. Finland, ate shit. So, you know, there's definitely times where, as I got older, you know, there's definitely times where you're like, do I hang him up? And then my gut always said, like, no, you couldn't do it. You got more. Just keep going. And thank God I did, you know, or else I wouldn't be
Yeah.
here. But
Which is wait, we're all happy that you're there because that means we're there. But this is the interesting one. I think this is where in my mind, when I started this conversation, where I wanted to go. And correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm saying this incorrectly, then just tell me it's not true or it's not that way. But like walking around this weekend with your dad, he was very well known. People know him, people respect him, and I'm not saying that they don't respect you, but like he has this huge illustrious career behind him, and he's Steve Cromie. Everybody knows the name, right? So now my question is it a little different when he comes to Wales? Because are there times where when you're in the States, there's times where you're Steve's son, but when he's in Wales, is he Colin's dad? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because you're the icon, man. You're the man there.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think me and him really think like that. I mean, when I was younger, I definitely like 18, 19, when I was young and didn't was still figuring things out. I'm still figuring things out, but you know, when you're young and you're immature a little bit, I definitely like because him and my grandpa have crazy life stories and they've achieved a lot. So
Dude,
definitely,
I don't even know if we have time to go into your grandpa. We started doing that on Friday with your dad, but we'll have to do that
dude.
another day.
Yeah, that's a different. That's all. That could take a whole hour. That guy's life. There's a Mount Cromie after him, so that's just that you can leave it at that. So anyone listening, there's a mountain named after my grandpa. He discovered one in Antarctica, and so that's just the kind of guy he was. But 18, 19 definitely put some pressure on myself. Like, oh, like you have to be great. You have to do blah, blah, blah. And then as you get older, you know, I switched it to pressures of privilege, and then you have fun with it. And it's like, it's just a waste of energy to put like extra pressure on yourself like that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I'm obviously saying it kind of tongue in cheek because you guys are so similar. You guys don't at all have any version of like of that in your body. You don't have one bone in your body where you're like, "Oh, I feel pressure," or "Oh, I feel this." Like the amount of pride your dad has talking about you and what you're doing right now and the way that you speak about your dad, like it's really fun. And like obviously I was joking because like you're both the same guy. It's crazy to me. It's like if I wish I could go back in time and see what your dad was like at your exact age, and I'm
Oh,
positive it's the same.
he said he was a slut.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna call you like that,
uh,
but no, dude, it was a privilege and an honor to not only be there and be a sponsor for the ACHA showcase, but to walk around with a little more clout, a little more with a little better of a reputation with a Steve Cromie hanging out with us. So it was pretty cool. And I know I'd already talked to you about it, but man, what a cool basement.
yeah, it is.
Also the photos of you as a baby. And like I sent some of them, but I saved a couple.
Yeah, there's some good ones down there. My mom definitely loved the photos. There's a lot more that she hasn't even like hung up, but there's some good
I
ones down
also
there.
saw what's the toy that you were on the box for?
Oh, me and my little brother, we both
Yeah,
were on Thomas the Train. Uh,
that's it.
yeah, but they call it Thomas the Tank out here. I don't know why, but
Oh, in Wales they do?
yeah, because
I
I
didn't
said,
know that.
yeah, I didn't know either. They said Thomas the Tank, and I was thinking
Oh.
like a military tank, and I showed him what Thomas the Train was. I said, no, it's Thomas the Tank, and I was like, all right, fair enough.
You looked great on the box. So as we transition to the last part of the day, it is now 3:53 in the afternoon in the Chicago land area. And game seven is tonight of the Tampa Bay Montreal series. The first round of the Stanley Cup is coming to an end. And the most talked about event, I think, so far of the first round is the Anaheim Mighty Ducks upsetting the Edmonton Oilers. If you want to call it an upset, some people don't, but they were, they beat the Edmonton Oilers. So they bounced McDavid in the first round. It was announced yesterday that he was playing almost the whole series with a fracture in his ankle. Go figure. Um, but the reason I wanted to bring that up to you is because I know you haven't gotten to watch as much hockey because of the time change. But the thing that's going on right now is everyone's saying McDavid took a home time discount for them to get it right. They didn't get it right. They make a trade for Tristan Yarry. He's dog shit. They try and secure the blue line. Didn't work out. So, in your unique experience being a hockey player, at what point do you pull the plug on your team, your organization, because they just can't find a way to win?
At what point? That's a great question. Um, See, McDavid, I'm a big stick it out, because at the end of the day, they're treating him right. Like, they're just not finding the connection on the ice. He's got Draisaitl, and they're trying to win a cup. They lost in the Stanley Cup Finals. You see the videos of him tearing up and yelling at the guys in the room. In my eyes, he doesn't want to go anywhere else. He wants to make it work with Edmonton. He took a pay cut for a reason. He obviously wants to stay there. He wants to be the captain of Edmonton. You're not going to take a pay cut from a team you hate. So,
But the
I,
thing is, he took a pay cut for 2 years. He didn't do the long term. And to me, and again, no one knows except him what that means. But to me, that's saying, here's your extra money. Drysidle wouldn't give that to you. I'll take the discount, but you got 2 years to figure this shit out because I want to win a fucking Stanley Cup, God damn it. And can they?
Yeah, I think they can. You know, I think like it's just like anything, you got to eat shit. You know, he's eating a lot of shit right now, but I think I think when he finally wins, that's gonna make it more magical because he's lost in the finals. He's had the absolute grind. He's had the late nights where he's thinking, you know, I could see Drysdale leaving. I could see that, but I don't see McDavid leaving. Obviously, who the fuck am I? He could leave tomorrow. I could be completely wrong, but that in my eyes, he's like a Crosby, and he's gonna stay with Edmonton till they.
Well, yeah, because you're looking at a Canadian, like, play Team Canada, plays for Edmonton. He loves it there. You know that you can see it. But the thing is like, it just, I guess, for you being in that competitive nature, which again, I think in the people I've met in person, just based off of your hockey game and the way you operate, you got to be top five most competitive people I've ever met in my life, like in person.
Who?
And which you,
Oh, me? Yeah.
yeah, like you got a problem. You're a little broken inside, and you are overly competitive. That's why you're good. That's why you're great. Like like that came out bad. Like, but yeah, people who can't handle losing, like, again, it's one of those things. You're the person that hates losing almost more than you love winning.
Yeah.
But I mean, but at the same time, I also feel like your dad and your upbringing and the way you handle it is because you also find times. It's a really good middle of the road because you find times to cherish the good things. Where
Yeah.
like sometimes those guys that can't handle losing forget how to enjoy a win. But
Yeah.
so that was why I wanted to ask you, because your competitive streak puts you in a position to speak a little bit more knowledgeably about wanting to win that ultimate prize. And he's so fucking close. And at the same time, he's the best player in the world. Like, I don't think he's arguably the best player in the world.
I mean, he's definitely the best player in the world. Um,
I mean, I think you can argue it, but I think he's clearly him. But like, if someone wanted to argue on it, he's still in the top three of everyone's top three.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, at what point do you go, damn it? Like, Darnell Nurse, Tristan Yari, like, what the fuck are we doing, guys?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's definitely gonna get more serious in the boardroom with guys and who he wants to bring in. I really just don't see him leaving. I think he's already stuck his feet in the ground. He's gonna ride or die with Edmonton. Like I said, I could see Drysdale leaving. Um,
I could too. Personally, I think that's the one that no one's talking about. I think, because here's my argument: if you trade McDavid, it's a full on rebuild,
everyone
right?
everyone's leaving if McDavid leaves.
Exactly. So the thing is, if you're going to do that, why wouldn't you do the Draisaitl move first to see if you could keep McDavid? You know what I mean? Like, let's cash in our chips on the Draisaitl chips, and let's get some aspects. Let's get some prospects back. Let's get some picks. Let's get a goalie. Let's find a team that we could give Draisaitl. For example, let me just throw this out there. I don't know all the numbers or all the details. Details don't bother me. McDavid sits down and says, "Listen, of course I want to be here. I love it here, but fix this shit now by getting rid of Draisaitl and getting me some people who can cover the blue line, play a little defense, and get me a fucking goalie worth a damn." So you make a phone call to the Chicago Blackhawks and you say, "All right, we want two of your defensemen, your prospects, one good one and one average. Give them Korchinski and someone else. And we want that next pick, whether it's one, two, or three, because it'll be one of them, right? So let's say now I'm packaging up a young defenseman, two young defensemen, and the top three pick for Draisaitl. So now McDavid's staying. You've got cap room. The Blackhawks take on also maybe the Darnell Nurse contract with a little bit of bad money. And you have to eat a little shit. Remember, we just said you got to eat shit.
I
You're
don't
not
want
going to
that.
get.
I don't. No, no the Hawks. I don't want. I don't want Nurse at the Hawks.
No, I don't either. But okay, so let's leave him out of it. But like, if that phone call gets made, and now you're looking at a revamped Blackhawks team who's just put a elite goal scorer with Connor Bedard, Connor McDavid, who carried that team the entire second half of the season while Draisaitl was hurt, can clearly do that. But now you've got assets and money because you don't have to pay Draisaitl anymore.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
definitely. I feel like
Huh?
that's definitely something they're talking about. You know, they got to be talking about that.
You got to call everybody who's got a top 3 pick, right?
Yeah,
I would, but
that's
I agree with you though. That's where I'm at. I was curious how you felt about it, but yeah, I mean, with your competitive streak, I wanted to know. But I tend to agree with you. I don't. I think McDavid wants to stay there and finish what he started.
honestly Draisaitl and Bedard. That'd be pretty sick.
Oh my God, right? And then you got Frondell if you can keep him, and then Nazar, and then yeah, I mean, you have to do a pick swap, I believe. So you'd get Edmonton's pick. So you're still getting a mid round pick, you know, bottom 18. What is it? 18th picks, whatever it is. But I like it. Give me a little. I'll get a Blackhawks Drysdale jersey. Say less. Let's go.
It's definitely something that they're gonna have. You know, we're talking about this now, but most likely they're already having these conversations. They're already sitting down. They're already like, how do we keep McDavid? What do we have to do to keep him happy? They're probably putting every idea on the wall, and if they're not, I don't know why they're not. Why they wouldn't? Like you
And that's
have.
the thing is, if they're not, does that send McDavid through a fucking wall and be like, fuck this? Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, if you're McDavid and they're not looking for solutions right now and brainstorming every idea, then yeah, I could see him getting pretty pissed off and maybe give him the silent treatment for a little bit. But I don't think I just don't. Again, could be wrong. I just don't see him leaving.
Could could the Edmonton Oilers survive being the team that traded away Wayne Gretzky and Connor McDavid?
Hmm. Definitely not.
How the fuck do you do that? How is a fan? How is it a professional organization in the NHL? Do you look at your fans and go, in our existence, we've traded away the best player on earth twice,
Twice. See, I didn't even think about
two
that.
fucking times?
That's hilarious.
How the fuck do you do that? I
Just
mean,
because it's so out of this world, it might happen just because you said it and it's so like far fetched, but it might just happen.
like at that point, if the Edmonton Oilers let that happen, you're officially the Cleveland Browns of the NHL, or the New York Jets, or whatever you want to go with. But
Oh,
like that's brutal. Be like, oh yeah, in my lifetime as an Edmonton fan, we had Wayne Gretzky and McDavid, but we traded them away. We got rid of both of them. Why? I don't know. Why?
they weren't
That's
happy.
crazy to me.
No, I don't. I think McDavid's there to stay. I think he's gonna find a way. I don't think they're gonna win the cup in the next 2 years, but I think like 5 years down the line, like you said, eating shit. I think he's gonna win a cup, and then it will be like that much better because he just got shit on for so long.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the other thing that people aren't talking about, um, that's gonna buy them a little bit of leeway is the one that they're having the conversation with the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers got a pass this year for injuries and how much hockey they played over the last 3 years.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, oh, well, the Panthers didn't make the playoffs, but look how much hockey they played in the last 3 years. Look how much fucking hockey Edmonton's played in the last 3 years. Like, and they at least made the playoffs,
yeah.
and they lost to a young, hungry, fast, physical team. And it is what it is. But
I,
uh,
I think I'm more interested in the Buffalo Sabres.
that team's a wagon.
I
Fucking hell.
Buffalo is losing their shit over there. They haven't made, was it 15 years since they made the playoffs or 20 years since they've won a playoff series and they're just losing
Fuck.
their mind out there.
Dude, you signed me up for that team, dude. Give me, dude. Tage Thompson's a fucking beauty.
Oh,
That guy's a beast,
I like Benson.
dude. Did you see? There's a video going around all over social media of I think it was the last game where he's coming up like the middle of the ice, and he absolutely just fucking dangled two players, and they collided center ice and hit each other.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit I've been watching a lot of hockey this year, and then every time I hear his name, I go, "Who the fuck is this guy? Like, who the fuck's that guy?
Zach
He's
Benson.
awesome." Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like small and he's like feisty too. Like he'll dangle and he'll fight. And then
Uh,
the interviews about him are so funny to hear because they're like, oh, he's like the greatest guy, but like playing against him, everyone hates him. But he's also, I watched one where it's like they were saying he's like the dumbest guy they've ever played with. Like outside of hockey, he's just like somebody. He was in an interview with Tage Thompson. He was talking about it. Like they said, like who's the dumbest guy on the team, and they're like, yeah, it's Benson. He's a rock. Obviously, I wouldn't know, but these are just the interviews I see, and then I just like his game because he's got a little bit of everything.
yeah. No, he's dude. And I mean the series. He played a great game. He played a great series. The whole team is they just look special. And the thing is the other one, the other team that I love, which it's going to be interesting because it starts in an hour, is this Montreal Tampa Bay series is epic because Montreal could be a real problem for anybody. And they're gonna I mean, I thought they had it won in overtime, and then Tampa found a way. The wily veterans. You got Vasilevsky who just loses his mind at times and you can't score at all. Like Kucherov can put the puck in the net whenever he wants. Like it's tough, but I think if Montreal gets by Tampa, they're going to be a problem.
I want to, yeah. I'm gonna be. I would like to see Montreal win, but
Oh, I
I
do too.
think I don't know. It could go either way because Tampa is the playoff veterans, and they have all the guys that know what it takes. And no, I think Montreal is going to take it. The way these playoff series are going with like these upsets and who's getting out, I think it's only fair that Montreal wins this one.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it. And then the one thing I'll say is it's been such a long and tough series, and it's been the overtime games, and it's so physical. And then you have Montreal, who's just a little bit younger. Maybe the legs aren't as heavy. Whatever happens, going into that. But yeah, I hope I want Montreal to win. I hope that they win. I think they'll win. And then the late game tonight. I know you'll be in bed already because it's 8 o'clock over here. But man, this Minnesota Colorado series, fuck. It's going to be a lot of fun. I
All
can't
of
wait
it.
to watch this.
I was talking to my dad about this today too. Like he was asking if, like how up to date I've been on the series. I was like, honestly, I wish I'd been more because every highlight, all the videos I'm seeing, it seems like every series this year in the NHL is just unreal. Like every series just has some point to it, and then just like you have the Kachuk captain going game one. Who do you fight? Stahl and the
Yeah.
other captain, and like to set the tone for game one right off the draw. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to be an unreal playoff series all around.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is I really wish that's another guy that we didn't talk about. Brady, I don't know that he really wants to stay in Ottawa, but like you got to start getting tired of not being able to win series over there. And you're not a Canadian, like maybe you do want to be in the States.
Yeah, he's dead. I could see Brady leaving.
Oh, everyone keeps posting the Brady Kachuk to the Blackhawks memes. Oh, oh,
I no, I could see it. Like the Hughes brothers tried to all get together. I could see Brady trying to go play with Matt.
that would fuck. Oh my God.
I could totally see that. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Oh, just went from six to
Imagine,
mid. Just went from 6 to midnight. Oh man.
um, imagine both Kachuk brothers on the line like together. That'd be unreal.
Imagine a healthy, a full like. Imagine next season a healthy Barkov, a full season of Matthew and his brother and Marchand. Who wants to play that team? And Forsling,
No,
Gustav Forsling on that team too. Like
right.
the guys on that team, every time they'd be like, "Who's up next?" They'd be like, "Oh, we're going down to Sunshine. We're playing the Panthers." They're like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck." Like no
like
one wants to do that.
no shot. You have three rats that can score goals on that team. Marchand and the Kachucks. That'd be unreal. I'm not saying that could happen. I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible. I'd like to see it happen. To be honest, that'd be great.
Oh, I would love it in a fair world. That's what we would get because we deserve it. But I just don't know if the salary cap would ever allow it. But man, that's like hockey porn every night. It'd be so good. It'd be like everyone would be like, "Well, what are you going to watch?" I'm going to go watch the Panthers game. Why? Because you have no fucking clue what's going to happen. Like you
Yeah,
don't know. They could fight everybody. They could fight nobody. They could fight each other. We don't know. There's no
yeah.
fucking. Everything's on the table.
And
Like
Marchand he can lick someone. You know, you got anything out there.
yeah, I mean, it's all on the table at that point, which is just great for the NHL. But yeah, man, it's been a wonderful uh set that's beginning. And the thing is I always say this too. Tonight, the end of the first round officially, which makes me sad because I love the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs because every single night there's like at least two games on. So
Yeah.
like usually three. So you're talking about every night you have two or three games back to back to back of all playoff hockey. And you're like, fuck yes. I haven't left my house. I haven't watched anything other than hockey for the last 2 weeks. It's been beautiful. And I
I'm
love that.
I'm surprised you even brought up bringing back the Sabres. I'm very excited for them, and Buffalo is such a good sports city. I'm surprised you even brought up that Buffalo Sabres Blade Gang. Those guys that are going full hockey equipment, rollerblading down, like just bringing dummies in the street and just causing havoc.
Dude, did you see that they banged the drum at one of the games?
Yeah. Oh
They
no, I
brought
didn't
them.
see that.
Yeah, so the Buffalo like before the game they have the drum that they like you know how like in Carolina they crank the thing or like there's always the thing you do before the game. And in Buffalo like they had Josh Allen did it one of the games
I
where he
saw
banged the
that
drum.
one. That was
Yeah, so
awesome.
they had that the Blade gang come out and do it.
That's great. You know, that
You,
means they're
you know
just
what I
getting
love?
into it.
Dude, you know what I love about Buffalo? They so fucking get it. Like they lean into all of their shit so hard. Like, I love it. Like the Buffalo Bills fans throwing themselves through tables, the fucking Blade Gang. Like these guys, Buffalo gets it. They always get it. And I love that about them. And that would probably be the reason I want them to win the most
Yeah,
is that they deserve it. That town fucking deserves it.
that's why I keep bringing up Buffalo and the Blade Gang because they are just such a good sports city. You know, yeah, the Bills Mafia. We used to do like that went nationwide. I did that in college, jumping through tables. You know. So you know, it's and then they got unreal chicken wings in their city. You know, got chicken wings in sports. So
What more do you need? But yeah, I mean, you go back even to the Bills back in the 90s. Like you got to remember these poor bastards went to what, three Super Bowls in a row and lost every single one of them. Like
I
that
didn't,
fucking
I didn't even know that.
that's you didn't, dude. And they
No.
lost. Sometimes they got just manhandled. But then there's other games where they lost in like the worst fucking way. Like they got beat. Like oh, it was. They just kept going to Super Bowls with Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and and Don Beebe. Like it was just they couldn't win in this poor fucking sports town with all the beer and all the wings and all the fucking fans that will dive headfirst through a table. Get them a goddamn championship for Christ's sake. Get them one. Like fucking hell. So I would love that. If you told me Buffalo won it all, I'd be down. I love that team. I love that. I love that fan base. And you're right. I should have brought up those fucking lunatics. There's that great video of them. It said a plane got canceled skating to the game, and they're just skating down the side of the highway. I'm
I
like,
think I
these
saw
fucking guys are messed up.
that. I loved it. I loved every
I,
second of it.
it's good. I'm here for it. So, well, dude, it was good to catch up with you again. I hope we won't talk to you before your event. I can't believe we can't find a way to live stream that. You got to work something. Like I would love for to be able to watch at least a little bit. I know there'll be video. You got to get it recorded.
See, the reason I don't want to live stream it is because like when I do more sets, you know, you'll reuse stuff. So I don't want to post everything.
It's
You'll post little clips.
Yeah, I forgot it's comedy. That's the difference.
Yeah,
It's like you can't. It's I keep forgetting that you can't do it that way. That I know that. I know better than that. But yeah, that's my guilty reason for just wanting to be there. But the thing is there's no fucking way she'll let me fly out again.
yeah.
Like
No,
I can't be like,
I'll do more in Chicago. I'll be fine.
yeah, don't worry, we'll find out times. And hey, if we have any listeners out there that also are in the comedy scene in the Chicagoland area, message us. At Cromedy. Message us at effing terrible sports on all the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Message us on our website at effingterrible.com. If you have information about a comedy club that would like us to do an event there, or some other comedians that would want to do like a big comedy night, hit us up, man, because Colin's coming back into town, be home for a little bit. I'd love to get a little homegrown comedy. That'd be nice. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get that figured out.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah, we can definitely figure something out. I'm not worried
We
about that.
Out of all the people we know, or I mean, do we have to call Steve? Can we get? I mean, I know he knows hockey guys. We got any comedy guys? Let's get some.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really know any.
We got
I'm
some out there right now. I know we do.
I'm in new waters right now. Steve was an actor. He wasn't a comedian. He wasn't telling jokes.
Yeah, no, he's just taking down fucking carnivore. That's all he's about, taking them down. But yeah, all right, guys. If you do have some information about some comedy clubs that we can sponsor an event at, we can get Colin out here when he's back, or some other comedians that are looking to maybe jump in an event we could do together. Reach out. Don't be strangers. Send us a message. We get back to everybody. It may take a little time if we make our way through it, but we will respond. But if you're not already, follow Cromie on everything. Do everywhere you can. Look that up. We'll be sharing more stuff about his event. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all under effing terrible sports. Wherever you download your audio podcast, you will find us under the effing terrible podcast. And then you can also see this video, hopefully where you're watching it, on our YouTube page under effing terrible sports. All right, dude, make sure you say hi to everybody. Tell MJ I said what's up. Give everybody a hug.
Yeah, I will.
Uh, do a little hand stuff with them all and tell them I'll see them all soon.
Yeah, I'll tell him you said he looks cute tonight.
Oh, he always looks cute. He knows that. All right. Talk to you later, man. Later, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.